Hello, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Keon.
And this is Trust Your Doctor, that podcast where we build high for happiness, because this week we watched Paradise Towers.
And by Stephen Wyatt.
Directed by Nicholas Mallet.
And aired in October of 1987.
Yeah,
Another Nicholas Mallet serial. Who doesn't love a good Nicholas Mallet serial?
I was going to say another first-time writer for the show.
Yeah, but, starting now, who doesn't love a good Stephen Wyatt serial?
I don't know, serial.
I mean, I don't.
I liked the serial.
I mean, yeah, it was mediocre in my opinion.
I think it was better than last week, at least. I wouldn't say it was good or anything, but I feel like it was better than Time and the Ronnie.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Apparently, J&T, because he had such a well-publicized and massive falling out with Eric Saywood, wanted to bring in...
I thought you were going to say ego.
Not entirely incorrect. Wanted to find new writers for the show, and Stephen Wyatt wanted to write for the show, so you could say it all worked out happily.
Yeah. Sure.
Stephen
Never
Wyatt...
mind the fact that this story seems a bit bite off more than you can chewy for a 4-episode Doctor Who serial, but hey.
Well, he does return to write another serial that I can't... Oh, it's The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. He returns to write The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. Which, the name...
Isn't that this show already? Like,
this podcast or Doctor Who?
You decide.
Wow. Well, by the name, that sounds like it's going to be another serial with heavy...
political undertones.
Yes. Or just parody, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. The thing about this serial was, at the end, right as it was ending, I was like, this is probably just a giant allegory for something else, but I don't know what, nor do I care what.
The Nazis. Just the Nazis. Well, the caretakers are the Nazis.
I mean, yeah,
and
well...
they're, quote-unquote, all just following orders, just like the real Nazi soldiers were.
All right.
I mean, that one seems pretty
obvious.
I'm
saying it, like, sarcastically, but, like, yeah, it's pretty much what it is, especially with that Hitler stash the chief has going on.
Yes. Well, okay, so it begins with... It begins with
a yellow Kang.
Yeah.
We don't know she's a yellow Kang yet, but just go with it. And she's running away, and you hear some children's laughter, or what you think is children's laughter, coming from somewhere else.
Probably just the Kangs.
Yeah. The kangaroos, no.
So, yeah, apparently the yellow Kang dies. I think I missed that.
Yeah, they explain it in dialogue, how there's no more yellow Kangs left.
Rip yellow Kang. And then we cut to this happy promotional video for Paradise Towers that Mel is just watching on the TARDIS view screen.
And she's pretty obsessed with this pool for some reason. And she even says when...
Oh, it's because the Doctor jettisoned the TARDIS pool.
Oh, but she even says, where else are we going to find a pool? And I was like, I don't know, maybe Earth?
I think the Doctor has the same thought.
Instead of this post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Well, they didn't know it was a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
I know,
they thought it was paradise, which is why they went to that pool.
Well, the little intro establishing shot kind of implies that the outside of the tower isn't a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and that the rest of the society is just ignoring the events that are taking place inside this tower.
Everyone outside is like, that's Paradise Towers. We don't talk about that. Well, yeah, they land and they walk up the TARDIS and they're immediately like, well, this was a mistake. And then the Doctor's like, well, I want to find out why it's a dystopian future. And Mel's like, of course you do, Doctor. Of course you do. Mel has a more sensible costume on this week that doesn't have massive shoulder pads.
It is blue, which gets her into trouble with the
Red Kangs.
Color gangs.
The color gangs.
Yeah.
It's got polka dots.
Yes, it does. Yeah, so it seems like a pretty good place, right? The Kangs run around playing laser tag, pretty much. Except for all the people who die. kind of sucks
You
for
mean
them.
you mean all the people who are made unalive?
Yeah, the serial had a lot of dystopian terms.
Lingo.
Yeah, and it was just like, why is
Yeah, like the best one, ice hot.
I guess it's all right, but like, I don't know. These kinds of stories never like fit into a 4-episode serial, so whatever.
They did an okay job of it. Also, I'm going to start describing things as ice hot now.
You're gonna do it for like a week, and then no one's gonna know what you're talking about, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, all right, whatever.
It's like that time I tried to make tractor a thing. No, that's pretty tractor.
What? When was this?
This was like a year ago now.
And that time when you tried to make a whoop-de-wop a thing.
Whoop-de-wop is still a thing. You just have to find the right situation to use it because it's such a context-specific word.
All right.
You know, that caretaker whoop-de-wopped a cleaner in this cereal. See? Perfect. So, the Doctor and Mel are like, well, let's go investigate. And then the Kangs show up and immediately capture them. And they're like, oh, darn, we've been captured.
Right, and these are the Red Kangs, led by Binliner and...
Fire escape?
Yeah, Fire Escape. No Exit dies later, unfortunately. So, they're all named after things around the tower, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that. I think it's stated later that the Kangs aren't native to the planet that Paradise Towers is on, that they were sent there from some other planet.
Yeah, which was the point of Paradise Towers.
Yeah.
As you find out a bit later.
So, yeah, eventually the Doctor does some sort of crazy greeting and also some sick hat trick that I made a note of.
He kind of fumbles it.
But he saves it with that sick hat trick.
No, I mean, he kind of fumbles the sick hat trick.
Yeah, kind of, but it's still a sick hat trick.
But I mean, he when he puts it back on his head, it's not straight. That's the only part he messes up. Which
Well, it's like
is
every
okay,
every time
but
he
not
puts the
above
hat
criticism.
on, every time he puts the hat on, it's either not straight or one of the edges is bent in a weird way.
No, it's straight. It's like some of the times.
Some of the times. And Mel is just ostracized from the group because she's wearing blue, so they all think she's a blue Kang.
And they ask her if she's a Kang, or they ask her if she's a blue Kang. She's like, no, I'm not a Kang at all. And like, that's apparently even worse.
That's unheard of on this planet. They're like, we never get any visitors here in Paradise Towers. And...
Right, because there's no visitors allowed, just like there's no other things allowed they make a big deal about.
Well, there's no wall scroll allowed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just graffiti, by the way.
Yeah. TARDIS gets graffitied later.
Well, so the Kangs, I guess all they do is graffiti the walls, and...
It's like a giant game of tag, right? I think. Or like capture the flag or whatever.
Yeah, it reminds me of Peter Pan, where the Lost Boys and the quote-unquote Indians
Jesus.
have this game where they're just trying to, like, fake capture the other group. But it's basically like that. They're just like, hey, we caught you, we win, haha, let's play again. So, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so the Red Kangs
yeah.
are taking the Doctor and Mel to their base, I think. Or they're
They're
transporting
taking them
them
somewhere. I don't know. I think they were already... I don't know where they were taking them.
And then the cleaners attack, and the Doctor and Mel both get separated from the Kangs and from each other.
Yep.
The Doctor gets captured by the caretakers, and Mel
actually finds some chance to escape or something. She runs
Mel
off from the
finds
rest of the group.
Tabitha and Tilda.
Yeah. She goes into one of the apartments because apparently Paradise Towers are still functioning as, living quarters.
Must suck to live there.
Yeah, probably, especially when you need to resort to being a cannibal.
Also, when the garbage chute kills you.
So right, it's Tabitha and
Tilda.
Tilda, And I don't know, they were my favorite characters from this series.
Pex was my favorite.
Yeah, Pex was just yeah, I don't have many good
Pex
things.
was funny.
I don't have good things to say about Pex.
Pex was
but,
designed to be a parody of like the Arnold Schwarzenegger type character.
we'll get to Pex, but now it's Tabitha and Tilda's time in the sun. I don't know, I just really like their acting, and you can tell right off the bat they've got a screw loose or something, and that they're cannibals, thanks to the human bones on that plate there, and through the dialogue that tells you they're cannibals within 3 seconds, I guess.
It never explicitly states they're cannibals, they
Yeah,
just
but you can
heavily
tell.
imply.
Yeah, so they were pretty cool.
It's all about
I would
Pex.
hang out with them.
And get eaten.
No,
You would get eaten if you hung out with them, though.
I would join their sick cult of eating people.
I think they'll eat you.
I think I could fight my way out of it.
Mel certainly couldn't. Yeah, well, the doctor gets captured by the caretakers, and one of the caretakers dies. Caretaker 345/12 subsection 3 /12. Sorry,
wow.
/12.
All right.
345/12 subsection 3.
Hmm.
Apparently, all the caretakers have names that sound exactly like rules in the rule book. And
Deep, no.
the doctor gets taken to the chief caretaker, who basically just Hitler.
Yeah, I guess.
They even
like
do this
guy's acting too.
Pseudo-Nazi salute where they all make fake mustaches on their face with their fingers right at the end of episode 1.
Oh, is that what that was? Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, they state that the doctor is the great architect, or the chief caretaker does, and then they're like, we're gonna kill you now because that will make Paradise Towers great again.
Yeah. And they do, and it does, so it all works out for them. No.
And that was the end of Doctor Who.
They don't kill him. Paradise Towers isn't great again, even after they solve the problem at the end. It's not great.
Better.
It's better, but
It's not
still
great.
pretty bad.
Yeah. Well.
So the great architect is Croagnon, the guy who designed Paradise Towers. You think he's going to be like some god or something, but no, he actually just is the architect who designed Paradise Towers.
Or you think it might actually be the Doctor and that they're pulling another face of evil, but then they fake you out and they're like, haha, it's not actually the Doctor.
They write that off within like a couple minutes.
Not really. They don't really write it off until they reveal who Croagnon is, which is like deep into episode 3.
Well, I thought they wrote it off within a couple minutes.
No, because the Doctor's like, but who is the great architect? And then they find that DVD, and they watch the DVD.
Oh yeah, that was kind of stupid. But
Well, they don't find the DVD. The Doctor's forced to watch the DVD.
I don't know. I wrote off the idea that he could be the great architect within like minutes.
I mean, you might have
Maybe
written it
that's.
off, but the
I mean,
serial
I don't know.
didn't.
Okay, maybe that was just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I felt like the serial kept it up like straight until episode 4, even. But I liked that he wasn't the great architect. That there was like a fake out. It was like, haha, it's not
It was
actually
actually
great
just
architect.
this pretty lame monster in the basement.
Yeah, it's just this neon light monster. Yeah, so in episode 2, the Doctor steals one of the guards' rule books, and he's like, well, this can't be true. And they're like, what is it? And he's like, it says here that after watching The Prisoner for 10 minutes, you have to go stand over there and put your hand on your head and close your eyes. And they're like, well, if it's in the rule book, I guess it's true.
So the Doctor manages to escape. He steals their keys and stuff. He tells them to keep doing it for about a minute and a half. And I was like, why don't you just say forever? I mean, then they'd just be out of commission, like forever.
And they're like, why
and
that
just die
long?
there, so that would be pretty dark. So
like, why that long? And he's like, because that's how long it's required for the prisoner to find the key card and escape. And they're like, wait, what? And he's like, yep, bye. And the chief caretaker comes back because he went to go investigate the death of caretaker 345/12 subsection 3, and he returns and he's like, wow, guys, really?
yeah, this is when they reveal that the cleaners are going after the Kangs and the caretakers alike.
Yeah. Oh, and the Doctor found all these coins in this telephone. He like tried to call, and then it didn't work, and the coin return button, and just started spewing coins like a Las Vegas slot machine. And he stores them in his hat.
Apparently minted by Croagnon himself.
Yeah, apparently this architect had the, like, ability to mint his own currency.
Or they just decided to use this currency within Paradise Towers and to honor Croagnon through putting his name on it. I don't know.
Yeah, he stores it in his hat, which I imagine must be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, probably.
But he gets captured by the Red Kangs again, and he shows them the magic of vending machines. And then they really like him after that. They're like, "This is ice hot, Doctor."
All the soda's flat. It's been dozens of years. Well, we didn't mention Pex, by the way, who
shows up like now.
Yeah.
He breaks down to the door.
Tabitha and Tilda are like, "No, you can't leave, Mel. We have to eat you first." They don't say that, but they mean it. And but then Pex shows up, Jack Nicholson style.
He tears down the door with his bare hands.
With his ripped pecs. That's why he's called Pex, by the way. No, it's not.
Well, I think it is, but it's spelled P-E-X.
Right.
And he's like, "I'm Pex.
Here to bring Paradise Towers to rights. Don't worry.
Tilda,
We got this all under control."
Tilda and Tabitha are like, "Can you please stop tearing down our door?" And Pex is like, "No!"
So when he showed up, I thought the plot twist at the end was going to be like, it's all just a kid playing with dolls in like
Wow, that would have been really bad.
Dollhouse.
That would have been really bad.
I seriously thought that's what it was going to be.
That would have been so bad.
I mean, they could have pulled it off in a cool way. They just have the TARDIS dematerialize and then it zooms out and it's just this doll house type thing. It's 304-story dollhouse.
Celestial toy box, then.
Sure.
Well, that's not what happens. Also, Mel goes off with Pex. She's like, "We gotta go find the doctor." So they're like, "Okay, let's go find the doctor." And then she's like, "I told the doctor we're gonna meet at the pool." I also liked that. I liked that they, for the first time in like 600 episodes, the doctor and his companion actually made an official set meeting point for if they got separated.
Was it an official set meeting point, though? Yes. Or was it just like, we were going to the pool, we better go to the pool, he might be there?
No. In episode 1, Mel and the doctor are talking, and like when the doctor says, "Let's go investigate," Mel says, "Okay, if we get separated, we'll meet at the pool." And the doctor says, "Okay."
Wow. It's more fun when they just run around blindly. Should do that more.
They have been for 600 episodes.
Yeah, but we need more.
No.
So Mel and Pex go off, and later on, Pex reveals to Mel that he's been leading her in circles to try and throw off anyone who might be tailing them.
Oh, he also demonstrates his strength by tearing this light off the wall. And he bends it, and the instant he grabs it on the wall, you can tell it's styrofoam because it shakes and it's not attached to the wall at all.
Yeah, it's like Turlo operating that bait and tackle. It's supposed to be really heavy. In Frontios, I think it was.
Yeah, it was Frontios. So that was good. And then Mel was like, "That's not impressive, Pex. What would be impressive is if you bent it right and reattached it to the wall." And Pex goes, "Well, I can't do that because this is a prop made of styrofoam. That's not possible."
Well, I don't think she says it would be impressive. I think she says it would be more useful if the light actually worked. She also tells them that they just wasted time, which she seems to be pretty concerned about, which makes sense. But on the other hand, it's not like they're on a timer.
Yeah.
So
the doctor, he's made new friends with the Kangs, and they're like, "We're our friends now." And then I think what happens is Mel gets separated from Pex. Oh, no, what? Oh, so they meet the Blue Kangs, and the Blue Kangs like, "Pex is a scaredy cat," because Pex had told Mel he'd been sent there by forces he can't name to set Paradise Towers right. And the Blue Kangs like, "He's stowed away on our spaceship. He's a total coward because he didn't want to fight in the war."
Right, because I think Tabitha or Tilda, or both of them, had already mentioned how the reason why people are in Paradise Towers are because they were sent there from another planet, or like another part of the planet, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
I guess it's another planet because they mentioned spaceships.
I think the
And I guess
Kangs.
you just use
The
planes.
Kangs are for sure from another planet.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
know about the Rezzies.
I think they are because I think what it was is that Croagnon designed the place and they built it as this paradise towers for people to live in. So they sent them off from this other planet, which was in the middle of a war. But things went wrong. We don't know why yet. We still kind of don't know why at the end of
Because
the serial.
Croagnon just wanted to kill people. Apparently, he just.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we're not there yet, but that's the kind of lame part that, like, I guess was all right, but yeah, also kind of lame. Was that it's just Croagnon was just an insane sociopathic jerk. That's like, yeah.
It's pretty bad, but on the other hand, we don't get much of those in Doctor Who. Every villain has to have some sort of
I mean,
backstory.
I
That
guess.
doesn't mean I like it. I don't like it. I'm just saying. So Mel is like, well, if I leave Peck's with you, can I leave? And they're like, yeah, sure. And she's like, hell yeah. And she meets up with Tilda and Tabitha again, and they like forcefully force her into
they forcefully force her.
into the apartment. The first time she was in there, they were feeding her these massive cookies that were like
Yeah, and they're
the size of her face.
they're dropping like cream on them all over the place. Sounds vulgar.
They had like thousands of chocolate chips in them, and I was like, wow. And I really thought they were gonna like drug them, and Mel would pass out, and they would eat it, but they didn't do that, which
They're trying
is
to
like
fatten her
honestly probably the more intelligent way to go about this.
Yeah, but they're also probably sadistic jerk faces, so
Yeah, they're probably one of those really pretentious cannibals who thinks the meat tastes better if they're awake when they cook them.
I hate those people, honestly. It tastes the same either way. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, they get her into the apartment, and they're like, we're gonna eat you now, and she's like, wow, this was a mistake.
No, they actually. Thing is, like, they don't do that. They actually tell her that the she's gonna taste better if she doesn't struggle. I remember that.
Oh yeah, they are. So they are one of those pretentious cannibals.
So yeah, why don't they just drug the cookies and tea? They also do that. They also drink tea. It's gonna sound kind of racist. I think it actually kind of is. But they drink tea. They drink tea the English way, where it's just they just fill up the entire cup with milk first, and there's one drop of tea in it.
So they're drinking milk.
No, it's tea.
It's tea flavored milk.
It's tea. It's the English way.
It's English tea. Look, everybody has their own way of drinking tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody has their own way of eating people.
Mm-hmm.
So, episode 2 begins with the cleaners killing Tabitha and Tilda through the garbage chute. Oh yeah, and Pex busts in and distracts Tilda long enough for the cleaner to grab her by the neck.
Mel actually tries to warn Tabitha that she's about to get killed, and Tabitha's like, no, don't worry about it, sweetie.
Good person, Mel. She's going to be killed by these people, but still warns them when they're going to die. Doesn't help if they die anyway.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the fact that, I think what you're saying is right, but there's also the fact that, warning Tabitha about the giant killer robot coming through the garbage chute is probably also conducive to her well-being as well.
That's true.
What was I going to say? Whatever. Say something else about this scene, but hey.
Well, Pex breaks down the door again. I'm surprised they got that door fixed so quickly, to be honest. That's the real benefit of Paradise Towers. Something breaks and it can be fixed in apparently less than a few hours.
Yep.
So Pex and Mel go off to find the pool, and they find an elevator that is...
Yeah, they find some blueprints which alert them to the fact that there's something top secret in the basement that kills people, and that the pool is on the top floor, which is the 304th floor.
Yeah, 304 floors.
Not sure if that's just some arbitrary number, or if it's symbolic of something, or I don't know.
Might be symbolic, like that key code last week we forgot to mention, where Mel's all, the key code is like 945. No, it was, what's his name? One of the alien dude, he's like, key code's nine.
Bayes.
Yeah, Bayes was like, it's 9:45, and the doctor's like, oh, of course it would be. That's the Ronnie's age. And mine too.
Huh, I don't remember that.
I think it was 9:45. It was 9 something. Maybe Mel is 304 years old. She's secretly a
She
Time
looks
Lord.
it. No, I'm just
Mel actually looks pretty young, to be honest. So they're in the elevator, and it starts going down, and then it starts going up, and Pex is like, oh yeah, the elevators in this building don't really work. That's why I guess everybody takes the stairs.
No, she mentions the Kangs play a game, or he mentions the Kangs play a game with the elevators where they just run around and push all the buttons. Like, wow,
yeah.
jerks. First of all, how is that game even fun? It's fun for the people just like, haha, there might be someone in the elevator who I'm screwing over right now, but yeah.
Yeah, that's who it's fun for. It's fun for the Kangs.
All right. What if they're screwing over their own people? What if it's a red Kang? I guess they don't care.
Well, the blue Kang screwing over the red Kangs is okay because the blue Kangs and the red Kangs have a fight going on.
No, but I mean, what if
quote-unquote fight?
What if it's a red Kang in the elevator and the red Kang's pushing the buttons and she's like, haha, I'm screwing over someone. I don't know who it is. I guess it's
Well, the Kang will be like, haha, funny joke, and then harbor a grudge for hundreds of years and then become a murderous psychopath.
All right. I'm pretty sure they're not hundreds of years old, but hey, I don't know.
Well, it's never stated how old they are.
Yeah,
Unless
maybe
they're aliens.
maybe they're like 10,000 years old each.
So, yeah, well, Mel and Pex mess around in the elevator for a while.
The pool. Just kidding.
Well, the elevator takes them to the basement, and they see the monster, who we've actually seen before talking with the great caretaker.
Right, the great caretaker is like subservient to this monster. It's like his pet or whatever, but it's getting unruly. He can't control it anymore.
Yeah.
Even though he wants to think he can.
So-
Same with the cleaners, actually. The caretakers are having more and more trouble controlling the cleaners as the serial goes on.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't mention the cleaner's design kind of looks like someone flattened a stormtrooper onto this case.
Yes.
So Mel and Pex open up the elevator in the basement, and they see a cleaner coming right for them. And this was a weird scene because before this, the cleaners had moved super slow, but here this one was coming right at them at like 60 with a drill going. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of frightening.
Yeah, well, it turned on turbo speed.
Turlo speed. Okay, now.
Turbo speed.
Yeah, from that scene at his first serial in
Oh, yeah. He crashes the car. Is that turbo speed?
Yes.
Yeah, well, actually before that, the elevator got jammed between 2 floors because Mel was like, there's no way this elevator will get jammed between 2 floors. And then it gets jammed between 2 floors. And then Pex just kicks the lever and it works. And then they end up in the basement and he kicks the lever again and it accelerates rapidly towards the roof.
Yep.
So they make it to the pool. Meanwhile, the doctor gets captured.
Yeah, the caretakers have come after the doctor, and the Kangs at first think the doctor led them there on purpose, but he convinces them otherwise quickly.
Yeah, he distracts the caretakers while they escape, and then he gets captured again. And the great caretaker's like, this time we'll actually kill you. And then another caretaker's like, hey, somebody died in an apartment. And he's like, damn it, why do the rules say I have to go investigate this? So he goes to investigate.
Right, and that's Tabitha and Tilda, and their neighbor is being paid off by
the great caretaker.
The chief caretaker in form of getting this bigger apartment.
Yeah, well, the chief caretaker says the funniest line in the serial, in my opinion, because the neighbors are, I mean, it has to have been the cleaners. Can you think of any other explanation? And then under his breath, the chief caretaker just goes, well, now that you ask, yes, thousands.
I love the chief caretaker.
The
great chief caretaker. His acting, not his Hitler-like personality, and
his acting was pretty good.
Yeah.
This whole serial had pretty good acting,
Yeah.
I think, actually.
Tabitha and Tilda were some of the best, too, in my opinion.
I think Pex did a good job, too. as did Mel and the Doctor, as usual, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't any standout badness in this serial.
Yes.
I mean, in any regard, actually. I didn't enjoy it as much as you did, I think, but I wouldn't call it bad.
I mean, I wouldn't call it, like, amazingly good or anything. I just think it's better than Time and Ronnie. But anyway, the Doctor gets saved by the Kangs. And he's like, thanks, Kangs. Oh, yeah, they make him... the caretakers make him watch this DVD about Croagnon's structures, I guess.
His rise to power.
And it mentions Miracle City.
I guess, yeah.
Well, the only reason I bring that up is because then they go watch the DVD in the Kang's room, and by the way, they like fast forward the DVD because the Doctor's looking for this Miracle City bit, and then he's like, Miracle City, that's right. Croagnon made that, and then it became a despotic hellhole where he tried to kill everybody.
Yeah, so Croagnon clearly has screw loose or something.
He's like Jigsaw from the Saw movies. He likes building places and just trapping people there and killing them.
He's slightly less sadistic than Jigsaw,
That's
though.
That's true. He just likes killing them. He doesn't like the people trying to escape.
We also didn't mention the Blue-Red Kang alliance.
Well, they form the alliance later.
They do it when the Doctor.
I think it's now.
They do it when the Doctor's
actually
around.
Yeah, I think it's like right now when the Doctor's figured out what Miracle City is, because the Blue Kangs bust in and they're like, oh yeah, we won the game, and the Doctor's like, we need both of you.
Oh man, I just lost the game.
Oh man, I haven't lost it in like 6 months. Thanks, man. And they're like, we won the game, and the Doctor's like, I need both of you to team up because we need to take down Croagnon, and then Chief
Cro-Magnon.
Chief Blue Kang is like, okay. Apparently the Chief Blue Kang is named Drinking Fountain in the novelization. So I guess the Red Kangs are named after red things, and the Blue Kangs are named after blue things.
Huh, I guess. I mean...
Because an exit sign is red, fire escape, fire is red. I mean that was a bit of a stretch, but...
Yeah, I guess the drinking fountain was blue. I mean, you think water blue, but like, not really.
Yeah, water's more of a clear. But...
Wonder what that yellow Kang's name was. Light bulb.
Light bulb. We'll call her Light Bulb. She can be Light Bulb.
Rest in peace, Light Bulb.
What's the Doctor's Kang name?
Paradise Towers in the sky. Yeah, see, after they die, they just go to the exact same place and play laser tag forever. What's the Doctor's name?
Yeah, what's the Doctor's Kang name?
Theta Sigma.
No, the Doctor's Kang name, because he's blue. He's a blue and red. He's an honorary blue and red.
Beige.
I mean, but he gets that scarf that's blue and red. So it's be something that's blue and
Earth, wind,
red.
and fire and water, except without the earth and wind. It's just the fire and water. Yeah, he's a member of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, I don't know. What's blue and red? Ink.
Purple.
Oh, purple? Yeah, all right, purple. Whatever.
Yeah.
What should Mel's Kang name be?
Well, Mel's a blue Kang, apparently.
Yeah, but what should it be?
Jeans. Denim jeans.
Jeans?
No, she can just be polka dot dress.
Exactly what she's wearing?
Yes.
All right.
So, yeah, the Doctor makes his way towards the
shirt,
pool.
Actually.
It's like a shirt dress.
It's more of a blouse.
It's like a...
She's wearing pants, too.
She's wearing pants with, yeah, just true, she's wearing pants.
Anyway.
Yeah, Mel's in the swimming pool, and this robotic monster is coming up and is like, oh boy, I'm going to eat you. And she doesn't realize, and Pex is like, don't go in the pool, it's not safe. And she does. And episode 3 ends with
this is when they get to the roof,
creeping
by the
up
way.
on her, and then episode 4 begins with it attacking her, and then Pex being a useless numbskull as usual. So he just kind of chucks Mel the gun and she shoots the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why Mel thought it was... I mean, I guess the reason they were going there was so that they could swim, but, like, given all the other events of the serial, I don't know why this was the best time for it.
Mel just really wanted to swim, okay? Also, the Doctor ejected the TARDIS pool for some unspecified reason. There's definitely an adventure between Lost Serial and this, where the Doctor has to eject the TARDIS pool.
Maybe he got lost in what was it?
E-space.
Castrovalva.
Oh. He gets another pool in the TARDIS later, in the reboot, and then he ejects it again.
So kind of a running gag there, I guess.
I guess
a running gag applied to you.
Poor Mel. So, yeah, the Doctor makes it there with the Kangs, and they're like, ha, Pex is a cowardly lion. I mean, they don't say that, but I don't remember what they call him.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Even though I watched that this morning. But the Doc's like, we need all of you to work together, and then some Rezzies show up, the neighbor and then her neighbors, I guess, and they're like, we need help, and we want to help you.
And their neighbors and their neighbors.
Well, we forgot the cliffhanger in episode 3 was also the chief caretaker getting eaten by Neon Monster.
Right. Which is Cro-Agnon, so it's pretty dang obvious it's Cro-Agnon.
Yeah. So, yeah, Cro-Agnon takes over the chief caretaker's body, and now he's ordering everybody killed by the cleaners because he wants to cleanse Paradise Towers.
And also because he's a sociopathic madman.
Well, that too, but, cleanliness above all.
He also has a really weird taste in makeup because he just, I don't know what the term for it is, but, like...
Unfortunately, I don't know either.
I'm not going to say what I'm going to say because it's going to be not something I should say, but I don't know what the word for that is.
Okay. Let's move on then. So,
yeah. Looks weird.
The deputy caretaker escapes because the chief caretaker's like, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, oh, no. So he escapes. And it was right about now that I realized the deputy caretaker sounded a lot like David Tennant. But anyway. The deputy caretaker comes up the stairs, and right before he does, okay, so this is funny, the Kangs are like, using their weird lingo that I'm not going to try to replicate, they're like, we'll work with the residents and Pex, but we won't work with the caretakers, and the deputy caretaker's like, ahem. So the caretakers assist as well, and they make this convoluted plan to distract the cleaners, and Pex is going to get the chief caretaker to come meet the Doctor, because the Doctor's trying to play off Cro-Agnon's, I guess, ego.
Yeah, so all the factions are working together here. The Red Kangs, the Blue Kangs, well, except the Yellow Kangs. The Yellow Kangs have been
Lightbulb is dead.
Out. So Red and Blue and the Caretakers and the Rezes and Pex and Doctor and Mel now, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, except the Cleaners.
It's the Rebel Alliance.
They didn't get a Rebel...
representative
cleaner to work with them, so
so the chief caretaker shows up and the Doctor tries to shove him into this room that's laced with dynamite. The deputy caretaker's like, on floor like 206 we have this storage closet full of dynamite. But
that doesn't work.
Yeah, the Doctor's not strong enough, I guess. But then
Pex is. So he sacrifices himself.
Oh, he does?
No, just kidding. He was suicidal all along, and this just happened to go along with. No, that's not what happened.
I'll say, or does he? Now that wall scroll at the end, ooh, all ominous.
What if he comes back as a stand-in for Cro-Agnon and decides to start killing everyone?
Well, that would suck.
I mean, they'd probably be able to overpower him pretty easily.
Oh yeah, this is hard cut now. There's the explosion, which makes the screen white, and then hard cut to Pex's funeral.
Yeah, or I guess just paying honor to Pex. I don't know if it was necessarily his funeral.
Well,
but
they all go,
I guess
all
it was.
hail Pex.
They also do that for like the other people who die, which I don't know if that was necessarily their funeral, like right then and there. If it was just like, hey, like pay respect to these people who died a while ago. Maybe they just hung out on Paradise Towers for a couple years.
And then the Kangs present the Doctor with this scarf that's blue on one side and red on the other side. And he's like, wow, thanks. And they're like, you're an honorary Kang now. And he's like, which color? And they're like, both.
And he's like, you removed the graffiti from the TARDIS, right? And they're like, no, actually we didn't. And we're not going to. No, I'm just kidding. They
like,
do.
yeah, we did. And he's like, thanks, guys. So they take off, and then it takes off to reveal behind the TARDIS there's this ominous wall scroll written, Pex lives.
Yeah, and there's a symbol next to it, which it looks like chromosomes like merging or whatever the term is.
Yeah, and it's also blue and red, which made me think it looked like the Doctor's scarf too. The scarf he had just been presented.
Blue and I just saw it as black, but I don't know.
And that's how it ends.
Yep.
Apparently, Stephen Wyatt started working on a sequel to the story where the Kangs, I guess, commandeer a spaceship and go to their own planet because they're looking for the male of their kind because they're all female. I don't think we mentioned that, but...
Yeah, we didn't.
All the Kangs are female, so Stephen Wyatt started on a sequel later on where the Kangs would go to their home planet looking for all the males and the Doctor would show up, but he eventually scrapped that because he realized it wasn't going anywhere. But yeah, that's this story.
I mean,
apparently, Stephen Wyatt still don't know how the Doctor was going to be characterized when he wrote this story, but he met with Andrew Cartmel, new script editor, and Cartmel and JNT had this idea where they wanted the Seventh Doctor to kind of echo the Second Doctor, which I didn't know till this week, which I guess kind of indicates that what you were saying last week, because you said last week that his motion seemed very Second Doctor-ish.
He toned it down a lot this week, though.
And I actually liked it better this week. I liked him better this week than last week. But as usual, I suppose it'll take him a couple serials to nail down the portrayal, as it has for every actor beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think his acting, just like his sheer acting ability, is as good as Collins. But hey, I don't know yet.
I don't know.
Well, we also didn't mention the music in the serial, which was composed, I guess, by the same guy as last week.
Well, so
McCulloch,
it was supposed to be someone else, like a freelance guy, which was a first for JNT because he'd always wanted the music to be in-house at the Radiophonic Workshop, which I think we've mentioned before. And so for the first time, he gets this freelance guy, and he listened to the music, and he's like, wow, this is not fitting the story at all.
So he got
Keff McCulloch to do it, yeah. Which... I thought the music this week was a lot better for the first two episodes and was actually pretty good, but then in episode 3 he started using those 80s hits again. And I was like, dang it, Keff, you had to go and ruin it.
Yeah, his soundtracks are like really melodic and they sound like video game music, which I mean, I guess isn't necessarily bad, but hey.
Yeah, it's not like, yeah. I don't know. I liked it in the first two episodes. There was this nice little like motif on the Doctor Who theme when the Doctor was like running through the corridors, which I liked, but he had to go and mess it up with those 80s hits.
They weren't as overplayed as last week, though.
No. Because I think JNT was like, hey man, you know those 80s hits you were using?
Yeah, you gotta tone that down, man.
Man, you gotta stop. Man, we have a problem. You have a problem.
I can quit whenever I want.
80s hits anonymous. Also, I think what's his name, Mallet, did a pretty good job with the directing this serial, which I don't usually make a note of, but I only make a note of because there was this pretty interesting choice, I guess, because there was a scene where Mel and Pex are like running through the corridor. This was right before they got captured by the Blue Kangs. And so they're running through, and Pex is like, "Oh yeah,
looks like an MC Escher painting or something."
I mean, yes, but that's not what I was going for. But Pex is like, "Yeah, I'm trying to confuse anyone who may be following us." And then, like, as he says that, if you look in the background, there's no one in the corridor, but then all the Blue Kangs like run across the corridor.
Huh? Okay, I didn't notice that.
Which I thought was a nice little bit of foreshadowing and pretty good choice, I think. So.
The bones on the table, though.
Yeah, it was also pretty good foreshadowing. And he got a lot of really good actors for this serial, so good job, Nicholas Mallet. You did good. I don't have anything else to say about this serial.
Nope.
Email us at thedoctor@decadevvegetable.com. Questions, comments, concerns, angry rants, love letters, your thoughts on
dystopian futures.
Dystopian futures.
You a fan?
You a fan? You not a fan?
Would you want that to happen? I sure would. No.
Only if it was The Matrix. No.
No, that would be way worse.
Speaking of, you can find Triple Play on our website. And leave a rating.
It was like more than a year ago.
If you liked the show, leave a rating.
Yep, check us out on Facebook, Trust Your Doctor, like us on Facebook, also check us out on Twitter at TYD Podcast, and follow us on Twitter. And next week we watch the questionably named Delta and the Bannermen. But until then, the end.